All right, guys, welcome back to Scratch Golf Performance. Today we're going to go over probably the most overlooked part of the golf swing, the deceleration. If you're training for higher ball speed, higher club head speed, and you're swinging, 100, 110, 120 mile an hour club head speed going through, that's a lot of speed and force to slow down once you make contact with the ball. And oftentimes people train one way. Obviously, if they're right-handed, they're going to train that right side rotation. Well, they don't train the deceleration part of that movement, and they also don't train the other part of. Two key aspects we're going to go over today is obviously the rotation, but we're also going to go over anti-rotation. So being able to work the other side efficiently and being able to slow down 100 plus mile an hour club head speed. Stay tuned. We're going to go over those movements right now. All right, first one we're going to go over is pretty simple. It's going to work on both rotation and counter rotation to that other side. Just a rotational med ball slam and working on lots of power output, big rotation to both sides, and it's going to really help us balance out our core. All right, so we're going to go big up overhead. We're going to slam down the other side, try and get it right there by the foot. I don't want it in front of me because, again, we're focused on a big rotation. Once you slam on that side, big rotation, slam to the other side. 5 each side, right? And then if we can slam that ball with maximal force, we're going to increase power output, work the abs, work the obliques, work on getting that full range of motion, and then applying some power to it. All right, this next movement we're going to do, this is our anti-rotational movement. So focusing on stabilizing the core and preventing that rotational movement. This one's a Palloff press. The goal of this movement is to get that band in the middle of my body, and I want to stabilize and hold that position with my core, and I'm going to get a little bit of adduction in the chest. So inside of hand first, overlap the outside hand, and I'm going to push out and then right back in, keeping that band and those hands in line with my sternum. If I go out, the further I get away from my body, it's going to want to pull in that opposite direction. So I really want to fight that with that anti-rotation, keep my knees bent. I'm going to go 10 on each side. Again, really fighting that resistance going in and out right there. Again, make sure to work this side and then flip it around and work the other side as well. So our next rotation movement is going to be with the jam ball. It's going to be a rotational chest pass into the ground. I'm just going to hinge my hips all the way over, almost like I'm about to do a deadlift or maybe like a bent over row. Hinge those hips down. I want to get that hand behind the ball, and I'm trying to disconnect my core and my hips. So I want to only use my core here and my chest. Big twist back, drive through the ground. All right, we're going to do that 5 each side. Again, big rotation, big drives. And if I can get a proper hinge and then get a good twist from that hinge position, it's going to take my hips out of play and then really focus on rotating through the ball. Big rotation, big drive through, follow through, drive that ball into the ground. All right, so this is going to be our next anti-rotation movement. This is called a stir the pot. I'm going to start from a plank position on the ball, get those feet spread out nice and wide, trying to keep my shoulders over my hands. I just want to have 10 small circles one side, 10 small circles the other side. Again, don't let those hips pop up and away from you. Roll the hips underneath. You can do this one from your knees as well if it's too difficult from your toes. All right, still from the knees, still getting good stabilization, still fighting that rotation. All right, this movement's not necessarily involving any type of rotation for the lower body, but this is a really good movement to involve deceleration in the lower body and in the hips. It's just a depth drop from a box. I just want force being controlled in the downward motion in this step down. So I'm just going to walk off of the box and then land in a quarter squat and use my hips and my knees to decelerate the force coming down and really control all of that momentum. All right, that's going to really help me stabilize. And then when I release in the golf, it can help me decelerate. All right, if I can control my body moving through space. Again, it doesn't have to be this high. It can be 12 inches, 6 inches. I just want to focus on that one right there. If you don't want to do a box or you're scared of that impact coming down, you can do what's called a snap down. So you can come up onto your toes and then snap down in that quarter squat position just right there. All right, again, toes, snap down. It's a little less force coming down, a little bit easier on the joints, but it's something that you can do at home, all right, or as like maybe a little warm up before you go out on the golf course. All right, guys, last one is going to be a lower body rotational movement. It's called a wiper. You're just gonna be on your back. Really important that you grab something to squeeze in between your knees. I'll show you in a second, but you're gonna lay back Legs stay at 90 degrees. I want to try and rotate to one side. This is where the block comes into play. It's really going to force you to get that back hip off the ground and keep your knees lined up. And bring it up on the other side and then go back down. Same thing, lift that back hip up. Really let those legs go in the opposite direction. Just go as far as you can. Really try and keep both hands on the ground. If I take that block away, see how my knee, top knee, is not in line with the bottom knee, so I get a little bit of a hip shift rather than letting my hips rotate together to either side. Really try and take your time on that one. Like, I would just go to one side and hold for 30 seconds to a minute if you can't really do the rotation. If you can do that 5 times each side, no problem. You've got really strong hips, you've got really strong core, and then we can kind of progress that as we need to.
All right, guys, that is it for today's video. If you like the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure to like the video. If you need any help on golf training, whether it's power, whether it's strength, whether it's mobility, send me a message or comment down below, maybe what you'd want to see in the next videos. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.